All right? We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out every week to let our people know who you ignorant call Jesus Christ. And the Heavenly Father are coming back to save their chosen people. Starting at the top of Yahweh and the Son, who you ignorant call Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai, and his people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We'll start first by giving all praise and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai.
Double honor to the apostles and elders that great millstone who rule well. The greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the sincere men that will be chosen for salvation and the coming destruction to come that will destroy America. Shalom. All right, brothers, so I want to ask you like that. Basically, the whole name, because you said you kind of watch it, we got a brother out here, you know, you from Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Right. You normally watch, well, you watch all the camps. Like you said, I'm trying to recap what you said.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to the name, I was curious what you thought about that.
The name? No problem with the name. No problem saying the name.
Right.
But also no problem not saying the name.
How's it now to say the name?
Well, because even in our captivity, we didn't grow up. So if you talk, just as if you said Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and I didn't know who that was, I'd walk away like, I don't even know who that is. So I'm like, what do they teach?
Right. But no, it's supposed to happen right then. This is what we try to tell our UIC that they don't understand. That's when you teach them the name. Right then. Right then. You teach them the name right then. So they are protected by the name from that point on, and that spirit of that name, that vibration could guide them.
This is Romans chapter 10, verse start at 13. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?
Right.
And how, it says, and how shall they believe in him whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?
Yeah. If somebody ain't teaching them the name, showing them, hey, don't call him Jesus no more, call him this. Because we all got names for him before we came into the truth. And that was Hebrew or Yiddish or whatever other, English, Greek, whatever. But when we come into this thing, we are now as teachers have the responsibility to teach them the real name and call them in. Because if I don't know your name, you don't have to tell them. But say it's Mike, right? Just say, but I called you Bobby, or if I even called you Michelle, which may be another way to pronounce Michael, right? You ain't gonna respond to that. You want to hear Michael. You want to hear your name, right? The same thing. Plus, how much diligence is that showing to the Heavenly Father that you're willing to go and know and push His name out there unto our people to make it known, because the world don't know it, true enough. But we have to change that. That's why we're out here. You see what I'm saying? That's just the top thing that with IUIC for us, you know. That you got to put that name out there, because nobody would know that the name is not Jesus Christ. This is not his image, and we didn't tell you that this is his image according to the Bible, and his name was Yahweh Shai. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So I feel they're kind of coming short. I ain't gonna say that they're wrong completely about everything they teach, but I think they should be pushing. Well, we know that they should be pushing that name out there. You know, just as much as everything else, whether it be the mark of the beast or whatever other angle. 100% of the understanding has to come in, and you have to search the scripture, search the spirit, and know where that's at. You can't leave stuff out because people don't know. Because none of us knew before we came into this truth. Nobody else?
Let's just explore this for a second too. IUIC says, Most High Christ bless. Yeah. Is that the name you praying in? That's the name you pray in every night before you go to bed? Is that what you say? Most High Christ bless?
I don't go to them.
So no, I'm saying though, if you're going to pray for the Lord's name, if you got to pray his name, do you really think his name is Most High Christ bless?
No, because it's a hellish name. You speak a hellish tongue, so it's not even his real name.
So how can you pray to something you don't know who you're praying to?
I mean, even did it say in the scriptures that we shall get a new name? So Yahweh Shem is not even a name.
That's a new name to us, ain't it?
That's a new name. I mean, just like
is Jesus a new name?
That's the name I grew up. No.
So it's not a new name, is it?
No, that's not a new name.
They don't pray in that name.
But if they, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But in that, with that being said, he said that in the day when we overcome, meaning we have not overcome. I've seen the IUIC debate back with GMS. I seen the debates go back and forth. It can go just go in circles, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I listen to y'all, I listen to them, I see where y'all coming from, I listen to where they coming from.
Maybe you can.
It's just my views. You know?
Maybe you can explain where they're coming from, because I don't understand.
Well,
where they're coming from.
we speak English.
Okay.
You gotta teach keeping the laws is more important than learning the name because he had many names.
Okay, now I'm
He was called by many names. By Abraham, he was called something else. By
But are we
other
going to be saved by those many names?
Are we gonna be saved? It's not the name, but it's not.
Acts 4 and,
Is it the name
start
that
at
saves
10.
the name?
Start at 10. And read down to verse 12.
Acts chapter 4, verse 10, it says, be it known unto you all, that to all the people of Israel, that by the name of, it says Jesus Christ written here, but we know the name as Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, right? That by the name of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, whom God or Yahweh raised from the dead, even by him do this man stand here before you whole.
Keep going.
This is the stone which was set at naught of you builders, which is become the head of the corner.
Go ahead.
Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
That's the only name, because why you think the Lord said that we're supposed to call upon his name to be saved?
So it's the name that saves us, nothing else.
No,
got to know that name.
hold on. What makes you
gotta-
saved is first and foremost you got to be of the elect.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that a lot of Israelite groups don't push.
gotta
The elect are predestined to be saved. And those men that are predestined to be saved, not only are they going to be calling upon the name, standing stiffly for the name, but they also going to have faith. And their faith is backed up by the works that they do. And it's not just in keeping the law. It's about doing the works, the will of the Father. All right, what we out here doing, that's a work of the Father.
I
All
agree.
right, that's the works of faith, not just the law. But yes, we do establish the law. You are to keep the law. Part of the law is you're supposed to hallow his name.
His name.
That's in the law.
I got a couple.
And they make IUIC, they make short of the Father's name as if it's not in the law to actually reverence and hallow his name. They make it as if his name is of no significance. Oh, we don't have the name, or we don't know the name. Well, that's not important right now. Just keep the commandments. But you're not keeping the commandment.
I'm gonna say this out. Before you knew you was an Israelite, what name did you call him? Okay, so you know he has a name. Even though, well, he has a name that you had to call on, right? He had a name that you had to pray in, right? That was a name you called on when you was in trouble. That was a name that you prayed in before you went to sleep, right? Now, I got two verses for you right here. This is Amos 3:7. Surely the Lord God will do nothing but revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. When you say that his name is one of them secrets,
Did I say his name is one of the secrets?
if he reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets, would you say that his name is one of those secrets? Because the world don't know his name, right?
Yeah.
He's going to reveal his secrets to his prophets, right?
And we know the prophets are the Israelites.
So he's going to reveal his name, which is a secret to the world, to his prophets, right?
The word gunna. Gunna means future tense, not present tense, not past
But
tense.
I didn't-
So
when was
going to.
Hold on.
When was this written? Is this written in the past? Or
That was
it
written in the
present?
past.
What is that?
For today.
For today. So
Okay.
that means
So
that
he's a-
means gonna still means further down the line when the Most
Not
High
even now.
returns.
From back then to now.
If
don't
you gotta
mean-
if you gotta call on his name in a time of adversity, how do you call on his name if you don't know it?
This is the time of adversity, John.
I understand
Okay,
that.
now here goes something. Now here's this. I want you to answer these questions. This is Proverbs 30:4. And answer these as I go. Who have ascended up into heaven or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in his garment?
Right.
Who have established all the ends of the earth?
Right.
What is his name?
Christ.
And what is his son's name? If thou
He's
can
talking about the
tell.
Father, he's talking
See
about
now,
the
right there, he's talking about him, the Father, which is Yahweh. and his son's name, which is Yahweh Shah. It just said, you just thought it was Christ on all of them, but it was his father. And he said, what is his name and his son's name, if thou can tell? And he revealed his secrets to his prophets. We got his name now.
Bible shop. Can I make a quick
Go ahead,
point? When our people who need to know that need to know the truth, when we hear the word Christ, everybody's thinking this. That's why we got to get rid of that, because this is the image that they think of. If you ask anybody which one is Jesus Christ, they're gonna point to this one. When we say Yahweh Shai, they're like, who's that? Now, guess what? Now we have a dialogue to show you the truth. Versus, oh, I know who Jesus Christ is. Oh, I know it's saved black. But well, we're not going to associate even that, because there's no power in that. That's why they gave it to us. That's why they allow us to have it. They control every situation that this devil does, right? That's why we have to break, if I get something, 2 Corinthians 10, that's breaking strongholds. We got to break those strongholds. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So we have to first break them in the mind. Start at 5.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
What's our number one weapon? Is this Bible and the truth. Mainly the truth. Because they lied with this Bible, but we have to now tell the truth with this Bible. How do we get the truth? It was revealed through the Spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question. Does, by this being Christ, and we've been
That ain't Christ. That's the anointed, which the word Christ means.
Okay, but by this being the true image, I'm sorry,
Right.
excuse me.
I got you.
This being the true image, this being the false image, does that take away the fact that this was still the name? They just took the name of him and put it on somebody else. Like, if your name's John, I just call one of these Edomites John. Does that take away the fact that you're still John? No, you're still John. It's just that they gave it to somebody else.
But if I'm the John, if I'm the one John, if I'm the one that everybody needs to know, I'm the John of whatever, of, standing on this corner, that John don't count. You have to identify me with this John, with the John that I am.
But your name is still John.
This is the deal.
True.
You see what I'm saying? So his name is still the same, because even though that's Christ, Edomite.
This is
Christ, the Israelite.
I know where you're coming from.
You see what I'm saying?
But this is the deal.
Go ahead.
We're saying his Hebrew name. Because when people say Christ, that's the image that pops in their mind.
I ain't got no problem with that.
Okay.
I ain't got no problem.
Now
with that.
here's another thing. Most of the members of IUIC have Hebrew names, don't they?
Yeah, I do too.
So what's wrong with the Lord's Hebrew name?
Well, because in that day, right now we still have a wicked name. Every name we have is
okay.
him.
So if we know that Christ is a Greek name, why wouldn't you go back to his original name?
Because when you're trying to teach people who they are, you're trying to first get them to learn the laws. You're like, learn the laws, keep the laws, because then you keep the laws, coming out teaching people. I may not go out and be able to do what y'all doing right now, because I stay far away from any camp. But I'm able to teach people I know in my area what I know.
Okay.
And lead them down the path to find out.
Now, when it comes to the laws, you know it's 613 laws, right?
Yes, I do.
So how you going to teach all them laws? Wouldn't it be simpler to teach the 10 Commandments, the laws, and then teach the Lord's name?
Well, because
you can't teach all the laws.
I know, but I teach what I know. You know what I'm saying?
No, basically what we're trying to establish is there's nothing wrong with teaching the law. We're supposed to teach our people to keep the law. But also understand that being in captivity in this flesh, you can't keep all the laws in this society.
I agree.
So we're breakers of the law anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
Every morning.
So you want to keep the laws that you can keep in this society.
That's to your ability.
I agree.
And we understand that the name of the Lord is to be hallowed and to be prayed to. That's a law that you can easily keep. To give reverence to his name, especially if it's revealed to you. You know, if the name of the Lord was revealed to you, or a man spoke it and taught you in that name and told you, hey, this is the name of the Lord, and you go into the law where it says, there shall not, basically, roughly paraphrasing, you're not supposed to have any names of any other gods come out your mouth. So, in retrospect, if you calling on the true name of the Lord, you keeping that law.
Okay,
you're keeping that law.
The other name you're breaking.
So when
Once
Christ
you
was-
learn it,
Yeah.
you got it.
So when Christ was crucified and they put his name in 3 different languages, was that a breaking of the law? Or was,
Who put it there?
Put that there. The Romans put that there, right?
but they did it in different languages, right?
Right.
That means there were Israelites who spoke different languages.
Right.
No
And in order
doubt.
for them to know that that was him, they had to see that language. Meaning, if it was okay and the Most High put in there to be written in that language, it was okay to be said in that language. Because if it wasn't okay, it'd have been condemned already. So whatever y'all.
You gotta follow. Let me let you know. You gotta follow the spirit with this thing. Matter of fact, real quick, read that in 2 Corinthians 10 chapter, verse 5.
All right, this is 2 Corinthians.
This is important because, like you're saying, those other languages are strongholds on our people because they want the easy way out of just going by English or no responsibility of saying I don't have to learn it yet because he's gonna give it to me. Well, not realizing we're telling you it now. So you don't want to take responsibility of going now into the Hebrew. I'm not saying you. I'm saying
Yeah, I know.
people in
You're speaking in general.
Right.
I ain't read that right.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5, casting down imaginations and everything high, and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge.
This wasn't a very high thing, the name of Jesus Christ and this image that go along with it. Them two go hand in hand. I'm telling you, you know this, any of you guys know. When our people think of Jesus Christ, they're thinking of that Cesare Borgia image.
You can't separate it.
You can't separate them. Even if you say Jesus, they automatically think of this. They thinking the cross, they're thinking this, the little praying hands, the rosary. They're thinking those things are the strongholds we have to first break from our people. To help our people along with that, give them a different name. You can pronounce it. It ain't hard to pronounce.
If the Lord wants you to say it,
Right. If it's for you.
He wants you to say it, because if you don't want you to say it, you ain't gonna get it.
There's some people that it's not meant for.
You can't
And they-
get it.
But who are they? Those are people that's meant for destruction. But if we can break that stronghold, we got to do the best we can to really wake our people up and show them that there's a difference, that we are the Hebrew Israelites, and we're supposed to be trying to speak Hebrew. We ain't going to get it perfect, but we're supposed to be trying. And a good starting point is the Lord's name. Because that's where the power of this whole thing stems from. Go ahead, bro.
And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach.
Breaking this, because this is a captivity, but bringing them into captivity under the righteous way, from the wicked way unto the righteous way. You understand what I'm saying? Yahweh Shah. That's the real image of Jesus Christ, according to the Bible.
You want to break it down for him so you know?
Well, yeah, I basically give to you, and it means he to be Savior or he exists, Savior. Yah meaning he, Yahweh Shah means deliverer. A deliverer.
He's the deliverer.
He's a deliverer. That's what he is. But he's the anointed deliverer because there's another Yahweh Shah, right? But we don't get too deep to that. But there's other people that had that same time. But he was Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, the anointed one, named Yahweh Shah. That's why that John, I understood where you was going, and I want to kind of give you. But that particular Yahweh Shah is that man right there, the Son of the Most High. You have something?
Yeah, I basically wanted to go into the, about the prologue of Sirach, right?
Right.
In the Apocrypha.
Yeah.
So, and what does it say? It's basically telling you that when you utter something of one language in another, it doesn't have the same force.
Same power.
It doesn't have the same power. The meaning actually dilutes. It changes. So if you utter the name of the Lord in the Hebrew, it has that direct power because that was what the name was. You utter it in English. English is a bastard tongue. That's the language of our oppressor.
No, and no. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It's so many.
There,
One word can mean
That's when
There,
five
there.
things.
Yeah, I agree.
So we don't want to confuse anybody with my bad, bro. My bad. We don't want to confuse anybody by having them believe in something like that versus giving them something completely separate. So what?
Let me get this out real quick. This is in the prologue of the wisdom of the son of Sirach. It says, wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words which we have labored to interpret.
They worked hard to break it down best they could to give it the original force, original meanings as the original Hebrew would. And they've come short. They admit that they've come short because there's no word that means some of the same things, but they try to come close.
It says, for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into a other tongue have not the same force in
Whether
them.
it goes to Greek, whether it goes to English, whether it goes to Latin, or what other name, like Jesus and Jesus, which is the pronunciation, like, you know, I'm just using that as an example.
Perfect example.
It says, and not only these things,
It's like, Jesus don't have the same force as Jesus, right?
And we know this because the Latin people named their son Jesus, but they spell it Jesus.
it says, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference when they're spoken in their own language.
It's not a small difference. Pretty much give you the real meaning of what they're trying to say. And know what? It's not as hard. It's not as hard as it should be. And people make it out to be. Nate in particular at IUIC, he tries to make it seem like it's harder than it has to. It's an extra step. But if this is your salvation, it's not worth the extra. Get Bible shop, you can get it second Timothy, right?
And there's even history going into the name Christ, right? People were calling on that name Christ before the Messiah even came on the scene. There was a man by the name of Serapis Christus. And brothers, you know, y'all got internet, you can look this up. But they were calling him, the Greeks were calling Serapis Christus, and the people that followed after him or worshipped him, they were known as Christianos, which is a plural way of saying Christians. This was before, prior to our Lord coming on the scene. So you fast forward to when our Lord came on the scene, and you had those Greeks in Antioch calling the apostles Christians. They thought to a time where, because that was already a sect, that was already considered a religion of those that were following after Serapis Christus. And Serapis Christus was basically a Greco-Egyptian form of worship, a deity. He was an idol. You know what I mean?
He was the anointed.
Right.
Christos.
What nationality was he?
He was Egyptian. He was about the whole Ptolemaic and all that.
Okay,
he came out of that.
Ptolemy during the time of Ptolemy Soter, the first. You know? And he's the one that basically started that religion of worshiping Serapis Christus. And that's where that word Christ comes from. You know, our people, they were Hebrews. They didn't. It was an insult to be called Christians. You know, they didn't do after the manner of the Greeks, except the ones that sold out to the Greeks. You know what I mean? So basically, you know, the Hebrews, Yahweh Shah himself, when he answered to when he called unto Paul when he was Saul, and he told him, why persecutest thou me? You already got it, right? That's the spirit.
Here we go.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Acts 26 and 14. And he just broke it down to you. This is when Paul was still off he was still Saul, and he was on. Here we go. Let's read. Acts 26 and 14. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me, saying in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard to kick against the pricks. And I said,
I want to say this. We don't worry about what Saul or Paul's name was in Hebrew because it's not as important as Yahweh Shai's name. That's why we're not putting them on a level by breaking their names down in Hebrew. But that name is a vital name.
Yes.
When you go throughout the whole book, it's talking about in my name, especially the New Testament.
And this is important. He said in the Hebrew tongue, and he said, who art thou, Lord? And he said, it is I, Yahweh Shai, whom thou persecutest. Now it says Jesus in here, but he says in the Hebrew tongue. In the Hebrew tongue. You can't say Jesus in the Hebrew tongue. His name is Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
He said,
that's perfectly put.
You can't say
Jesus
in Hebrew.
In Hebrew.
His name is Yahweh Shai.
That's English.
He says, it is I, Yahweh Shai, whom thou persecutest. See what I'm saying? And that's why when I went back to Proverbs and asked you who is he, and what is his son's name? It says, who is that, and what is his son's name, if thou can tell? So you got to know the Lord's name and his son's name. The Lord's name is not Most High. That's the title. The Lord has a name, and his name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shah. Now peep this out. This is Exodus 23 and 21. Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions. For my name is in him. My name is in him. Yahweh Shah. What name can Jesus go into?
It don't, it's not a, I forgot, simile.
It don't go into nothing.
So in my 2 cents, I think you're right. Obviously, Jesus was named up. Had to be.
Khan.
Had to be.
Khan. Esau with it. He know the truth. That's the Lord on him, telling him to confess right now.
Geographically impossible for Jesus to be black.
There it is. He said, my name is in him. Now let's explore it for a minute. They say his name is what's the one of the J words for his name that they call the Jehovah Witnesses? Jehovah. Does Jesus go into Jehovah? How about what is it?
Jehovah
Jireh. Yeshua. How about Yeshua? What's the Lord's name? If God's name is Yahweh, what is that name? It don't go into
Let me ask
it.
you a question. If the Hebrew we have today is a mixed dialect already, German and makes it Yiddish. And even if we're saying that, is that the real Hebrew that Hebrew is saying to call on that will have power?
This is why this thing is based in faith. Because think about if you know anything about the Hebrew, right? It just fits our people. Just the way we speak it. It just kind of
with some of the words like how we little kids that grow up saying Amma or mama. Amma is how you say mama, or because it's Amma Ma. That's how you say mom in Hebrew. Or Abba is dad. How they say Ba Abba. That's Hebrew, you know.
When we're born, we're coming from the spiritual realm.
they're speaking of it.
So that's what we ended up speaking. You know, this
Pronunciation is always an I sound.
And our people always changing language. We ain't been comfortable with the language that they've given us yet. That's why we constantly changing it. We searching for the language.
Ebonics, right?
Yeah.
We created Ebonics
Trying to go back
blend
to
our
the
own
original.
ideas. Because we say that's bananas, and you know what I mean when I say that. Somebody's like, "Where's the fruit at?" You know what I'm saying? But it means that. So it's a thing of faith that we speak it this way. We believe through faith that Ariel, I think we got it right. Elder Ariel from back from Rome West, is who the Spirit gave that. We believe that.
Even bad.
Yes,
That's bad.
But we know bad means good to us in certain times. The way we use it. You know, so that's our spirit. Yeah, exactly. Our spirit links into something more like that. And the fact that it's separate, like this name is separate, this image is separate from this, it separates us another time away from everybody because he wants us to be holy. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this: a lot of those so-called Puerto Ricans down there are suffering right now from that hurricane. What name you think they calling on right now?
Right.
Christ.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord he ain't listening to
And
them.
let's be real, most of them ain't calling on Christ. They calling on all them other names. Mary, everybody but the Lord's
They
name.
trying out every name to hope something happens.
Some click.
They're gonna stick with whatever drop food or shelter, whatever they need, they're gonna stick with that one. Not knowing that there's one real one.
And this even better. Where's the Pope?
You know,
Ain't they 85, 90% Roman Catholic? Where is the Pope? He ain't said a word. He ain't tried to volunteer no money. He ain't told them. He ain't paid for him. He ain't done nothing. Where is the Pope? Pope, where you at?
He busy trying to hide his internet content. A lot
Yeah.
of child pornography.
Where is the Pope? Like Tupac said. No, too short. Can't be saved by John the Pope, man.
We talking about John Paul Pope.
Yeah. Can't be saved.
Read that in 2 Timothy.
2 Timothy chapter 2.
And I'm gonna paint this. It's funny. The Lord painted it better than I could by having them guys lead. because they saw that this was going to take too much extra time out of whatever niggery that they had going on in their lives to want to sit down and look for the importance of their salvation and work for it. That's the problem. That's why this just through the Spirit makes sense that we have to go a little deeper and find out the Hebrew, certain meanings of words.
Khan, just our names in America, you know, the slaves' name we were given. In different cultures, the kids are given names based off their characteristics or what they go through. So you might have a kid that's real rowdy and have like a fire spirit. So in Hebrew that'd be like Ash, because Ash is how you say fire in Hebrew. But say like the name John. John is just a name just given, but what are the characteristics or the things behind that child being called John? You know?
I agree.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High Yahweh.
That's why they left. They saw that this went over their head. For them to get full understanding, they'd have to stay here longer or go home and do research. Now we're hoping that if they're the elect, that they'll go home and do the research and then, you know, it'll click for them. But what's the chances of that? They can't stand here 10 minutes. And we're talking about the name of salvation. You know?
So when I first came in, man, I was with Mason, acute. Man, I was searching Islam. I was all over the place. I didn't even like the church. I used to go fall asleep. Then I got sent a video just about it, man. Ever since that, it was like 8 months ago. I've been studying avid. I was like, I'm good.
And it don't feel like work, do it?
Nah.
Did you love to do it?
Boy, I said, you ain't gotta always go study. I said, man, you ain't gotta go work. I said, man, I like doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I like doing now.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
I was just telling somebody, a friend of mine, that started to watch videos, and it was like, I know what you meant now when you first told me that it was going to be difficult when I started watching this. And it was like, I'm starting to see what you mean, because everybody is now looking at me in a different light. Like they wonder how come you don't want to go to the club or to the party, or you're not coming to Christmas. Like, no, I don't want to do that. They're like, but you've been doing it. Like, I know, but I know that it's wrong now, so I don't want to do it. But everybody looking at you like, you gonna stay home and watch videos? You don't. Hey, guess what? This shit was going. You don't want to talk about that. Like, no, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the body. They frown and smirk at you.
Yeah.
But hey, this is the spirit that the Lord puts on you.
Man, everybody.
Yeah.
Don't even want to mess with me no more.
That's a step.
Sound like
Right.
That's a good sign.
Matthew 5, blessed. Khan.
Yeah. Blessed is he who
Khan.
was persecuted for my name's sake. It don't say that around the 12th verse.
Even
Right
in the 10th chapter it says, that's of your own household. If your own foe shall be there of your own household.
When I read that right there, that blew me away right there.
That's part of that. When Yahweh Shai came, he told them, he said, I came to bring variance, I came to bring division. Hey, your whole household gonna be broken up by what it is that you standing upon, what you teaching. Your own family is gonna hate you.
That's how you know that you're on the right path. That's how you know that the Spirit guided you here to hear it this way from men speaking, where you can ask a question or release your thoughts, and we can answer it through the Spirit of the Bible. Go ahead, bro.
This is Matthew 5 and 11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake.
Why you listening to
no more.
why you listening to them guys, man? They a coke, man.
Your
family will tell you, hey, they're a coke. Why you listening to a damn coke?
That's a coke. I said, what?
You ain't going to your Mason meeting on Tuesdays?
Hey, when you coming back? I don't think I am, bro.
But the way you flip that is, you ask her, hey, you say what I'm listening to is a cult, right? What does the word cult mean?
Man, I never try to break it down.
You know what I mean?
See, I said, okay, well then I can't do nothing. I said, you do what you gonna do, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I don't like birthdays, I don't do all that stuff now. You wanna do it? Hey, listen, that's on you.
That was not a commandment, but that's a precept, which precepts and laws that Paul gave us to use in that instance. Talking about 1 Corinthians the 7th chapter. If she don't want to follow what you follow, you don't have to put away if y'all still cool to live with each other. You know, you can still deal with her on that level. You know, but that wasn't. But like Yahweh said, but in the beginning that was not so. You know, so this is important that these were put in there. You know, So that's why we get on Nate like we do. You know what it is. We get on him because y'all hanging so much on the law. Matter of fact,
There's a lot of laws that they're not keeping. But they put so much pressure on brothers. Like if, for example, if a brother, and it's another group too, it's that one body in Yahweh. So if a brother comes, he shows up, and he happened to be a brother he in the know, he know about the truth. But he might be coming from work or something.
He ain't got his fringes on.
He ain't got his fringes on him. So immediately they're gonna just start just landing on him and rebuking him for not having his fringes. But you forgetting the bigger picture.
Fringes are inward.
Fringes are to help us remember the law. That was the whole purpose of wearing the fringe. But you're supposed to have the fringes really in your mind.
Inwardly.
This knowledge is supposed to be in you. So you don't rebuke a brother for the outward. Okay, he doesn't have his fringes, but is he serving the Lord? Is he calling upon the name? Is he being brotherly? Is he putting in the work?
Is he breaking any visible laws?
When you go to Zephaniah 1:9, it says that when he'll punish the king's children and princes with all stress and strange apparel, that's a visual thing. That's an outward thing.
Right.
All dressed strange, women and men wearing dresses.
Right.
But any garment, like take for example, if I shave my beard, is that an outward appearance? Yeah, he'll see that. I'm gonna be punished. If he told me to wear, if he told me to wear something, like mind you, when I came in, I had to slowly get fringes. So now I have these fringes. I used to wear these every day. Wash it, wear it. Then I got more and more and more. I can wear it everywhere. Right. I even got some. I got some conference. USPS conference in here tomorrow. I got shirts, fringes, all of them. I ain't wearing none without. So I mean, the fringes was an outward appearance from Zephaniah, from what Zephaniah said. So I mean, is that just for people who are doing, from your perspective, that's people who are doing what y'all doing, or is that for everybody? So I can see, I know who Israelites are, and I can say,
get Romans 2 and read like the last verse.
Romans 2:29. But is he a Jew, which is one inward, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit and not in the letter, who praises is not of men, but of the Most High, Yahweh?
Matter of fact, start at 27.
Romans chapter 2, verse 27. And shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature,
Can we go to 25?
Start up, but the main point is 28 and 29.
Right. But it's going to paint a full picture.
Verse 25. For circumcision verily profited if thou keep the law. But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made circumcision. Uncircumcision.
Meaning you know better to keep the law, but if you break the law, you might as well be like the heathen, uncircumcised. But remember, none of us can keep the law. I had him holding that in Romans 3rd chapter. Keep going.
Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteous of the law, shall not the uncircumcision be counted for circumcision?
Read that again.
Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the
people that don't know that the Israelites are Jews, right? Yeah.
Keep the righteous of the law, shall not the uncircumcision be counted for circumcision?
If you're keeping the law, but you don't know that you're a Jew, wouldn't that make you, but you are in the spirit, right? Wouldn't that make you of the circumcision more than them that know that they're Jews and breaking the law? That's kind of what that's saying, right? So you can't go, there's no even keel with that anymore because everybody's breaking them. So you can't blame somebody that don't know for not keeping it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't keep them perfect.
but if you keeping it, can you teach somebody else that, hey, listen, you gotta keep it?
But we of course, we established the law. We want to make sure people, hey, followers, don't do this and do that. We're going to always push the law. That's a misconception that Great Millstone.
That's not what that's not.
I know, I'm saying some of the other camps try to push out.
I think we like the Christian church because we say the law, because when we say that the law itself is not going to deliver you, people go crazy.
Yeah.
It's not.
Like we said, we don't keep it. Yeah.
We're under faith of the Lord by grace. But we do establish the law.
We're under grace by faith.
Exactly.
Without faith, you have no grace.
Right. Right. That's right, man.
Keep going. No, keep going.
And with all that, you got to put in work.
Yeah.
Verse 27.
So you can have all the faith you want, but if you don't put in the work, what happens? What happens
What kind of works you talking about putting in?
This is kind of work.
No. What kind of works? I'm talking about your work. The works you put in is the trust that you have in Jesus Christ. That's your works. That's your faith. That's your hope. That's your love. That's your law.
I was going to talk to him at one point because we got the same, we had the same conference, and I knew him before I came to the truth. And then when I found out the truth, I started talking to different pastors that I knew were pastors. Like, he was one of them, and I was like, I'm gonna holler at him. And when he came up, I was like, all right, I know it's gonna go down. Yeah, I know it's gonna go down.
They say that little quick stuff and get on.
And then they run.
They don't want no rebuttal. They don't want no rebuttal.
They don't want to hear.
They don't want to hear the script.
You know,
the word, but
this
don't
is
wanna hear
work.
what
We put in
How
work.
about we read the book that says everything?
Right.
Read that and see what it says.
They don't want to hear it.
And see, that's
That's
why
why I
knowing
didn't
these
even give them no
precepts.
marks. Like, okay.
That's why these precepts, knowing these precepts, studying to show thyself approved is so important. Because they don't believe that we should be able to know where this stuff is at.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't. But the Spirit got us to be able to do that.
Without missionary schools,
Right.
seminary
Seminary
schools,
and theology,
you know, it's almost like a jealous thing. It's like, how y'all get this and I had to put in all this time. Well, the Lord reveals his secrets to his prophets. Once again, you know what I'm saying? So,
I know some people at I don't know, just understand. Some people are great use. I think I heard before. They said about they could be with white Edomites. I don't explain that.
You can't marry an Edomite.
Okay,
You can't have the ceremony and
okay, but
especially her side of the family is your family and all that.
Like you guys
But as far as popping them, that's ain't no sin in that. That's you can use it as a
There's no sin in it.
Yeah, can I use it? Can I say like that? You can easily side chick, man. Do your side chick thing.
Show me the precept.
What, sleeping with
Yeah, it's okay to-
an Israelite, or another, basically a woman of another nation.
There you go. And he's
Get Deuteronomy. I believe it's the 21st chapter.
I'm not. I don't want to do it. I'm not. I just want to understand your perspective.
Right.
That's it.
But think about it like this. You're not going to treat them the same way. And it's not according to the color of their flesh. You got to go by spirit. Because you look at some people, they may look white, but they got the same spirit we got.
this is
But you got to deal according, and vice versa. You
Go on.
got to deal according.
This is marriage to female captives. This is Deuteronomy 21 and 10.
Go on.
When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God have delivered them into thine hands,
If I can say real quick.
And who was our
Yeah,
enemies?
you got it.
other nations,
The other nations. Go ahead.
and thou hast taken them captive,
This is in the law, what I want to say. This is in the law.
and,
So we know what the law means. Because there's other times, I'm not going to bring it up. No, I'm going to bring it up. I'll explain after.
and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife.
That Edomite guys.
And really, like basically a mistress, a concubine. Not the wife in the sense of an Israelite woman that get the privilege of being the actual wife of that man. No, you want to take this heathen woman. You got a captive woman. Hey, that's yours. That's she's your slave basically. She's your
sex
toy.
slave.
You know, keep going.
Then thou shalt bring her home to thy house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and she shall remain in thine house and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go into her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her,
Stop right there. You're going to treat her, you know, because what do you do with your wife? You pop your wife. She going to do what you need her to do as your woman. As any woman would. But does she get the privilege of birthing the children? No. Does she get to lay in your main chambers with you like that? No. No, it's a side chick. Your main chick gets all the privileges. Your side chick gets what you get.
Even though
There's a right
some of our forefathers did have children with women of the other nations.
Right.
But it said right here, it said go in unto her. put it in unto her means you
Smack.
put
that
okay,
smack.
you put the seed in it. So then you did
Put your rod.
Okay, yeah. So once you did that, isn't that according to the Most High marriage?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so
That's
then
why
you're
that's why I
married.
said husband and wife.
So then now, this is a further question. When do we? Okay. When are we gonna go forth? Now, when it says go forth into war, we're not going into war right now. And we're not doing those things. I mean, well, we are at war. Excuse me. Let me step back. We are at war.
You answered your own question.
Yeah, we are
We're
at
in a
war.
spiritual war,
Yeah.
but
It's the early
physically,
stages.
but physically, when the Lord comes back, we're gonna wage war on the other nations anyway.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna have to do to set up the kingdom.
Yeah.
We're gonna take the kingdom.
But then he said, deliver them into thy hands. Yeah.
Meaning the Lord delivered him into your hands.
Yeah, but nobody delivered into our hands currently. Meaning, like, we're not warring physically.
Right.
Spiritual war for our people, but warring physically with nobody. And the Most High is not delivering nobody into our hands. Right now, we're still reigning over until that day. So right now, if you do that and understand that there's no war, physical war we got, and the Most High ain't delivered nobody into our hands yet, why would we then supersede the delivered into our hands and then try to take a woman of another nation? Because that means that we just gotta eat my woman at the house. We can't barely take care of the house now.
Right.
With the money.
But what's the motivation for having this fight? This is where people miss the spirit of what's going on. Because men be like, oh, we can have multiple wives? Come on, wife, just picking up wives. Like it's all good. No, it's a purpose for them. They need to add on to your house, and you need to be able to, in some way, shape, or form, take care of those women
They're
also.
supposed to contribute to you
Right.
while you hold the house down.
Right. There's a purpose for it. It's not just because I want more women. You don't just bring I got 10 wives, so I just want more women. No. You want them because you have a
work.
need.
The wife is supposed to be helping. So if you got this big mansion, you may need multiple wives because it's multiple tasks that need to be done. But if you got a little apartment, you probably don't need one wife.
Let's say like this here. Say you got 7 kids, right? With one woman. Or let's say 4 kids with one woman, right? You need some help. Y'all gonna need more financial help. Y'all gonna need more other help, like around the house too. Take care of it. You don't need babysitters. Should the man automatically pick that up? He probably got to work, or if he can't work, he got other things, tending to the Lord or whatever he may need to do. So there's where the necessity. You don't want to bring another man in. What are you gonna do? You gonna pop him up. Just by nature of man. So you add women onto yourself, but ain't no woman just gonna come and just be like the nanny and get no payment. They gonna want to be with your man eventually. You know what I'm saying?
I get you. So what is considered fornication?
Idolatry
Wait
in
up.
the spiritual sense and physically adultery. That's fornication.
Okay, but
Tell me
he
something.
says,
What's up?
no, you're not that deal right there.
stands for
I know what is holy?
Adulterers and
holy.
fornication. So
Each
adultery
letter
and
has its own
fornication
word.
are different things.
Okay, fornication.
You know
What
what?
does the word holy mean?
Hey, bro, don't engage with it. We dealing with it.
Done.
Let's keep
If
order.
you
Let's
have
keep
a
order.
question,
You got a question, you come around and you ask us, and we'll address
That's
your
what I'm
question.
asking.
No, we're in order right now. We're a camp, and we deal one at a time. That's how the order for him.
We're dealing with this
Oh,
man
he's
right
got,
now.
okay.
Yeah, we're dealing with him, and you stand. If you got questions after we, we'll answer your question. So, to be honest, fornication. The difference of fornication. Fornication is basically all manner of illicit sexual intercourse. Bestiality is a form of fornication. Adultery is definitely a form of fornication. All right. I said bestiality, homosexuality. That's another one. You know, but if you get with a woman that's not married, that's not fornication. If you take